Jack, can you just talk about having an upperclassman step up for you? I mean, you guys looking to somebody to step up today, and your junior second baseman obviously has a big day.
We had a number of guys step up. Goose had to give us a good outing, and he had to give us some innings, and we didn't need to go to the bullpen early today. So to get 6 out of him was good. We're hoping maybe for another one, but it worked out well to get Kyle Snell out there. So he stepped up for us. Stevie obviously had a really good day for us with a couple home runs. Shane had a nice day for us. Up and down the order, I thought we swung the bats pretty good. Ran the bases pretty well. We also played pretty good defense. Stevie made a couple nice plays too on defense. We turned over a couple double plays, which was big for us. So it was a much better team effort from top to bottom today. Young, old, didn't matter. I think everybody contributed, and we had some good at bats and some good situations, and that's kind of been something we've been struggling with a little bit in the last few games. So it's good to see that. We'll go home, get some rest, and figure out who we play next, and just go one inning at a time.
In baseball, you're going to have a game where you struggle and a game that turns on. But at this moment for the offense to turn on the way it did at this point in the tournament, how critical is that for the rest of the way?
Well, I think these guys hit it right on the nose. Something negative leads to something negative usually. Something positive leads to something positive. Got the big base hit. I could just, once they scored the first run, of the ball game, we had to answer it and try to make something positive happen. The home run put us up 2-1, and that was a big deal for us, I think. And just I could feel it in the dugout. It was kind of a little bit of relief, a little bit of okay, let's go to work. Now we can relax. We got Goose on the mound, who usually gives us some really good innings and is always tough to score off. So I think the momentum of Stevie's first hit, home run, and Shane's, and next thing you know, we're up 3-1. I think that really helped us, and when we swing the bats, we're pretty good, and the game is a lot more fun. I think the most frustrating thing that I run into, if someone's not pitching well, you can change pitchers, go to the bullpen, try somebody else, get somebody else in there. Good defense, bad defense is not something you like to see because that causes some problems. But I think the most frustrating thing to me is when we don't hit well or hit with men on base, because in this game, with the bats and balls, and that kind of thing, the way they are, all those RBI, 2-out situations, men on base situations, they become huge. They're magnified over what they used to be. So those are the times where you either feel really good about your team or you get frustrated. And, today we just happened to have one of those days where we felt good about everything.
Jack, talking about that, especially for Steve Wilkerson, he's been in that slump 2 for 25 coming into today, the last couple of games. Talk about what that meant to get him out of that and to see that guy have some fun today, because it looked like he hadn't been having much fun lately.
Well, I've always said that, if you hit in this game, then you're always having fun. This is a really fun game when you're hitting the ball. When you're not hitting the ball, this game can break you down. And, Stevie keeps a pretty even keel. He's always thinking, he's got a pretty positive outlook on things. Always feels pretty good about himself. And, even though I didn't realize he was 2 for 25, to be honest with you. But keeps his head in the game, keeps on battling, and, he did a nice job. He struck out the first at-bat today. And, and then second time up, he got in the fastball count, got his fastball, did something with it, which was big for us. The next time around, he got another fastball count, and that was a fastball that he hit that time as well. And he did something with that one. So I think the confidence of his first home run kind of led into the second one. He also hit another ball very well to left center field that I thought was going to end up being a double or triple, and the guy made a great play on. So hopefully that'll lead into something positive for him tomorrow, and everything we did offensively will lead into something positive for our team tomorrow.
Only 2 guys had to throw the ball today. What's your plan as far as pitching for tomorrow? And if you haven't thought that through, will your opponent matter in that?
Probably got a couple options, between Matthew Crownover and Scotty Firth. Either one of them. We'll figure out who we play tomorrow, decide what the best thing to do is. Go talk about it tonight, try to figure it out, but it'll probably be down between those 2 guys.
Jack needed to stop a losing streak and obviously to get some positive momentum in a do-or-die situation. Can you sense as coaches an extra level of calmness or confidence in the team, knowing that you have your ace and Gossett to throw out there before the game? Is there Can you sense anything different with the team?
You mean before the game started, you mean?
Right, just getting ready to play the ball game. Can you maybe sense something with
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing, last night's game hurt us a little bit. You know, we didn't play very well, and they played well. And, you know, you never really like to get in the loser bracket. Nobody likes to do that, battle your way through that way, but it has to happen sometimes. But knowing you got Goose sitting there coming for the next day, that's obviously, I felt good coming in today. I go, okay, we just got to relax, get Goose out on the mound, do his thing, score some runs, get ourselves, you know, go back home tonight, collect ourselves, try to get a win, go back home tonight, collect ourselves, and then just prepare for, you know, the inevitable, which is just come out and play baseball, and your backs are against the wall a little bit, been there before. So we know how to handle those things. We talked about it on the bus, talked about it again today, and our approach is to just take one game at a time, one inning at a time, and just break it down. No greater than that. You know, no try to, can't win 4 games in one day. You know, it's like hitting a 3-run homer when you're down by, you know, 7 and there's nobody on base. You know, you just gotta build your innings. So we just gotta build a tournament right now, and so it's not the easiest way to do it. But you know, to be honest with you, we haven't done anything easy for a long time. It's, you know, everything. There's so much parity. You look around the country. There's so much parity in the country. You know, with baseball now. So there's good teams every tournament. There's, you know, 3 other good teams in this tournament. So it's not, you know, it's not easy. You know, one thing we've done, they fed me this. We've been in NCAA tournament 26 years at Clemson, and then never been 0-2 and gone. And I've always won at least 1 game in all the tournaments, and that's a pretty unique thing, the way things are now in college baseball. So anyway, we're just glad to have another day. We're looking forward to playing tomorrow.
Jack's team had trouble scoring runs coming into this, and then had the situation in the second inning where you leave the bases loaded. But it seemed like, you know, the guys responded well. Didn't let that get them down or affect them.
That's a really good question, because we've been in that situation a lot lately with the bases loaded, nobody out, bases loaded, 1 out, and then on second and third, 1 out, nobody out, that kind of thing. We've been in a lot of situations like that. We've had all the games we've lost. I think we've probably, in most every one of those games, had as many hits as our opponent. But you just need to get them with men on base. That was a little bit of a frustrating time for us. Thank goodness it was early in the ball game and didn't, you know, show its ugly head in the 6th or 7th inning when things were getting a little bit rougher down the stretch. So we knew we had some more time. We knew that their pitcher had a little bit of control problems. We were getting our leadoff man on base. So I felt like we were going to still build some innings. And I think after that, I think we responded with a home run, I think in the next inning maybe. So that was a good thing, because if we come up dry the next inning or 2, now you start thinking about it a little bit. So, but that's a good question. It was one of those things where, you know, we'd seen that a little too many times. You know, Tyler Slayton, you know, put a nice swing on it, hits the ball in left center gap, does everything you want him to do, puts his nose on the baseball, hits a line drive, and the guy runs it down. And you know, this is a game where you need to have a ball drop in once in a while and get a break here and there. And it's one of those things we haven't had many breaks lately, so hopefully we can start getting some breaks.
Any more questions? Thank you, everyone.